Oh boy. Let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just waiting for my other co-host to get here and we will get it going. Get it going. We will get it going. Just give me a second here. Just making some listings up on Facebook and on other social media platforms just so we can get it rolling. Okay. Wait for some people to get in here. Oh boy. Let's see. Put that in there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Put that in there. Make a link. See how things are looking here. Okay, let me see. What else? What else? Just waiting for my co-host to stop in. I'm having a little bit of an issue. So take your time, ladies and gentlemen. Invite. I'm going to share this. Okay. It's I'm spelling comment wrong. There we go. Oh boy. Looks like Sarah's having an issue. I'll send another one. Hey, Fierce, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Just got back home from being out all day at a beach strip garage sale. It was damn hot out. Being out all day. Oh yeah, it would be. How are you, Fierce? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get one of your favorite friends in here, Fierce. She seemed to have an issue logging in. Oh shit. Wrong stuff. Hold on. Page manage. Da, 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 da. And there we go. Okay, let's see. Sorry it's taking so long, guys. I'm trying to wait for everybody to get in here. Let's see. We will do invite. There we go. Let me send her a message. Check your Hangouts. I've sent it twice. God, I can't type. Yeah, it gets like that sometimes, Fierce. I get like that too. But yeah, man, we're gonna be covering.
Can you see me?
All right, there we go. There we go. All right. We got Sarah. We got Super Nintendo Sarah in here. What you up to?
Not much. What, TJ? I think TJ wants to watch.
All right, well, he can watch. I mean, if he wanted to join in.
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that he should be.
We're live. We're live right now. I'm just letting you know.
I know.
Oh, okay. A Fierce Play is here.
What?
Fierce Play is here.
Hi, Fierce. I just want to let you know, camera or not, I'm gonna be sitting here munching.
Be yourself. I don't care if you munching or not, anything like that. Be yourself.
Oh, okay, because it's a pork chop.
It's a pork chop. Let me see.
What's left? Got a whole plate of these.
Oh man, hold on 1 second. So talk to the audience. Tell them a little bit about yourself, what you're into, what you do, like what you do for entertainment, some of your favorite TV shows, so on and so forth.
To whom are you speaking?
I'm talking to you.
Okay, I wasn't sure. You said you had Fierce too. You want me to tell the audience about myself? There really isn't much to tell. I watch reruns all day. I'm pretty lame. Anything I know about toys, games, sci-fi, or anything else, Danae taught me. So that's about it. Oh yeah, and he was the one who put me onto Family Guy, which I thought was hilarious until I had to put him onto American Dad, which is much better.
Yeah, I agree. American Dad
shits on Family Guy, pardon my language, but it just does. They are wild. They are wild. And he didn't even want to do either one of them anymore.
Yeah, I don't think he wants, because they were supposed to, at one point, I think they were.
No, they pulled American Dad.
Yeah, American Dad.
They pulled American Dad for like a season, and there was so much demand for it that they ended up taking it on TBS. It's no longer on Fox.
Right.
And like he ended up being forced into a contract to do episodes for TBS.
Move out the way. Hey, is this working?
Yeah, it's working.
Can you hear me? Am I coming in straight?
I hear you loud and clear. Hey, Sarah.
Oh boy.
Nintendo, that's Super Nintendo Sarah. That's Count Kenny right there.
How you doing?
I've heard Count Kenny before. He has some very strong world views.
Fuckerberg, fix your trashy shit, he said.
What's that now?
He said Fuckerberg. Fuckerberg. All right, so welcome to TNT Photon. Oh, hold on. All unprofessional. I'm about to give an intro. You understand that the camera not even on. Welcome to TNT Photon HQ, ladies and gentlemen. Today we'll be covering a various amount of topics, ranging from news, story reviews, movie, action figures, the whole show. Let's let it all out. You can join in the comment section below, or on the side, or in the chat. If you want to donate. We're more than willing to accept, and we thank you for being here. Today we have a special co-host. We have my dear friend and longtime loved family member. You know what? Just she's all around everything. Super Nintendo Sarah. Super Nintendo Sarah, let them know what you all about. Well, you pretty much told them, but just in case some people that have just got here, they don't know, like, you know.
I'm about this pork chop. I'm about the pork chop. That's what I'm about.
You're about the pork chop?
Right now, I care about the pork chop.
I hear you. I love pork. I don't care what nobody says. I love pork.
It's the other white meat.
Yeah, pork is. But
no, but
how did what's the name say it in he said pork. What's the name? It's good.
No, but like I said before.
And then we got
anything.
We have the man that needs no introduction. My man, Young Kenny, holla at him, brother.
Hey, how you doing? I'm just over here getting ready to get smacked, so you're gonna give me one quick second. I actually logged on to YouTube so I can look at the chat menu thing and field questions or whatnot, so I can actually look at the screen this time.
All right, cool. Yeah, so today we're gonna be covering a couple of topics, and to start off, I mean, I don't know if you know about this, Sarah and Kenny, but did you know that I think they've retrieved at least like 4 of the kids of the
4 of the boys.
Yeah, 4 of the kids that were trapped.
4 of the boys, yeah, but that's after somebody had to die to try to save them.
How did they get in there? Like in that area to where
listen, if you are a coach or an instructor and it is your job to guide, and all you had to do was bring the boys home. You're on a hike, a nature hike, you see a cave. What on God's green earth would give you the idea that instead of going home, it was a good idea, oh, let's take a whole bunch of miners and explore this shit? Just go home.
Right.
They've been down there for like 2 fucking weeks. Somebody had to die to bring them oxygen. He wasn't even thinking enough about himself to make sure that his tank was full. Yeah, a seasoned Navy SEAL. And they were talking about they were going to try to teach the kids how to dive. If a Navy SEAL with over a decade's experience doing this shit died, how do they think they're going to teach a bunch of 11 and 12-year-olds to dive over a mile? They have to go through caves, tiny ass crevices.
That's crazy. I didn't know that a person at one of the rescue.
Yeah, one of those. He was. I forget his name. I was looking at it the other day, and it was really, really sad because
he was like a Thailand SEAL guy or something.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
He was like a member of the Thai Armed Services or something, right? Like a
he
Thai
was a
SEAL.
Navy SEAL. He was a Thai version of a Navy SEAL.
That's insane.
He was like, they said he was a seasoned, decorated vet. And if this man can't make it safely out with all that experience, I'm sure he's been on multiple missions that were just as dangerous, if not worse. They said that they think that apparently he ran out of oxygen. They think he just passed out and drowned. Like, because you did something stupid, this man had to die.
That's crazy.
And I'm not saying it's on the kids. They don't know better. But whoever the adult is, they had to know better. All you had to do was take them home.
Dang, that's crazy. I'm just wondering, how did they get into a position where as though
they said that they went in there, they went in the cave when it was dry.
Right.
The deeper they went, you have to understand it's going underground. So the deeper they went, they didn't even realize how bad the rains were going to be.
Right.
And they started to flood after they were in there.
Right.
And once it flooded, they couldn't get back. They couldn't take the foot travel to get back out.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because all right, from what I'm trying to, this is what I don't understand. All right, so the cave flooded once the kids were in there. But how did the kids get to that point to it? Because when I saw the video, they were sitting up on like this this ledge area with like in kind of like Indian style, but their legs were extended. And the guys
they were underground.
How did they get over there? If they're going through so much,
they had to keep going. They had to go deeper because the entrance that they came in started flooding first. So they kept going deeper into the cave to get away from the floods.
I don't know. None of this shit really makes any sense to me. I mean, like in certain aspects, it really doesn't. I don't see how they just how the kids just.
What are they doing down there anyway? Why would they even be going down there?
Exactly.
Whose dumbass idea was that? That's
exactly why would these kids going in a fucking cave and as a group like that? Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense.
No, don't blame the kids. It's not the kids.
No, I'm saying who led them in there? Who let them in?
The soccer coach. The soccer coach whether he led them in there or whether he allowed them to talk him into going in there. It was his decision as the adult to say, you know what? Let's keep going. We're almost home. He didn't. Obviously, he's an idiot.
That's crazy. Well, all I can say, I just hope those kids make it out of there safe and sound. You know, because so far, I was reading the article. I have an article right here where they were saying that the time has reporters on the scene and will
they tethered 4 of them together and pulled them out.
Right. They said the first 4 rescue team members were at the hospital. Military said, but it will be hours before other boys can start the trip. Divers are replacing air tanks and supplies along their route until then. In the town where the soccer team is based, the celebration was exuberant, even as families awaited word on the rest of them. The rescues came as a heavy monsoon rain returned to the area. After days of relative respite, experts say the rain will not immediately make water levels rise within the cave, but it greatly increases the urgency of the operation. But yeah, I didn't know that one of the rescuers had died. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Well, you know, all I can say is, you know, Godspeed. May God be with them. You know, I hope they make it out safe and everything like that. But if I was like, once those kids were out, I would have something to ask the coach or whoever put them in that position. Like,
why to be court-martialed.
Yeah, like, why the fuck did you send these kids down there?
Matter of fact, he should be charged with at least manslaughter. Because someone died to save you because you did something dumb.
Crazy. Absolutely insane. It doesn't make any sense if you ask me. It doesn't make any sense.
Right there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, what do you have to input on this, Kenny? What do you say? I mean, I'm just baffled. Like, it's just so bizarre. The whole situation is bizarre. I can see maybe a kid, 2 kids, but it's like 13.
Nah, it's the whole team.
Yeah.
It's the whole team.
Yeah, the whole team was down there.
I don't know if this was a coach's idea to plan some kind of a trip or whatever, but it was just a dumbass idea from the start. If it was going to be rainy season, monsoon season, whatever, he should have known better.
Exactly.
We were already there in the first place.
It makes no sense. I don't know. Well, you know, I was also reading in the news today that Stan Lee has said that he wants to die. Because apparently, yeah, I know it sounds messed up, man. And I love Stan.
I've said that a lot. That's a fun statement.
Yeah, well, yeah.
that's my motto, so.
See you in hell, my friend.
Yeah, buddy.
But from what I've been understanding, it says that Stan Lee wants to die, and that, you know, the recent situation with like the what's his name?
Before you even finish, can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to die like Kevorkian style, like he wants help.
No,
he just wants to pass away.
He says he just wants to rest and go to sleep. He wants to go to sleep. He said,
but that's not an answer to the question. Does he want someone to help him?
No,
and not wake up.
Yeah, because they got these new machines out. They look like pretty much you walk in these little egg-shaped things, and they will kill you for you.
Oh my God!
You can't go that route. Suicide machines, I think they're called.
Oh my God! But like, what is it do? Like, what? That's fucked up. It's not funny, but it's just funny. The suicide.
I mean, hey, listen. A suicide machine might actually be one of the most sought after inventions for all these.
These are actually real too. They're real. There was I don't know which doctor, but I read an article, and I know that's going by a lot. By a lot of people say I read an article, but I did read an article. I saw pictures. There's some guy proposing it that he has his own line of products, which are pretty much beds inside of egg-shaped things, and you crawl in there and you push buttons, and I guess it fills you up with gas and you sleep to death.
That's absolutely horrible. That is horrible.
I mean, but why pay for that when you could just pull your car in the garage and put a pipe to it?
I don't know.
Like, that's free.
Like sometimes some people are just like, you know, they'll be like, you know what, I'm not going to do this. But from what I know, I
maybe you want to feel like you're fancy and you want to die in the future.
But you're a machine, you can't
right,
get out.
But listen, see, that's some punk ass shit right there. That's some punk ass shit right there. So if you want to go bad enough, you will find a way, whether it hurts, whether it's, I mean, that's some punk ass shit. Like, if you got the courage to do it,
right,
you're gonna get it done. It's not gonna be by pill. You're like, all right, well, if I put this gun to my head, that's gonna be the quickest way, and I just put it over. Or if I hang this noose and I kick this chair over, well, it's gonna snap my neck instantly. So that's it. I'm done. Like, all this suicide for dummies is, oh, I'm gonna take these pills because somebody's gonna come rescue me, and that shows that they love me.
From what I'm understanding,
no. That's no.
Bitch up and you in it. That's it.
Listen,
yo.
That's some punk ass shit right there. If you want to
lock the door and they push the button,
die, you will find a way to die.
It's a fucking.
You will make it happen.
It's what's the name of that movie you like with Christopher Lambert?
What, Highlander?
No, not Highlander. The other one, with Grendel in it. What was it?
Fucking Beowulf.
Yo.
Yeah. Beowulf with Christopher Lambert.
So check it out, right? So they have an article here, and it says that judge dismisses restraining order protecting Stan Lee. Yeah, they dismissed it.
Why would you do that?
And that's when Stan Lee was just like, die, because this nigga gonna beat me to fucking death, man. I'm telling you.
Wait, is that his manager who did orders again? Because if I remember correctly, his manager was treating him like a puppet, basically.
Yeah, K.M. Morgan.
Yeah.
So, a judge dismissed a restraining order that sought to permanently bar a memorabilia collector from involvement in Stan Lee's affairs, citing confusion over who legitimately represented the Marvel Comics icon. Attorney Tom Lawless said he appeared in court today to argue for a permanent restraining order against Kia Morgan, who had inserted himself into Lee's affairs. Lawless said that he was confronted in court by other lawyers who also claimed to represent Lee. It was very unusual, said Lawless, who was asked by the Los Angeles Police Department detective investigating claims of elder abuse to step in as a legal guardian. It has never happened to me in 40 years. Judge Pro Tem Ruth Clem, citing the lack of clarity about Lee's legal representation, dismissed the request for a permanent restraining order without prejudice, meaning it could be refiled at any time. Lawless filed a 263-page document in state superior court supporting Lee's request for a permanent elder abuse restraining order against Morgan and for the attorney's appointment as Lee's legal guardian. This is fucked up. All
right. So how old is Stan Lee now?
95. 95. He is 95.
Damn.
95
years from the big bill.
95 years old. And you know, with all this shit going on, you know they're fucking like the call them the attorneys is eating off of them. It's just like maggots on the fucking on a fucking dying corpse, man. They don't.
The vultures are circling. I think you're saying it.
You could only imagine. Honestly, and I don't condone suicide or anything like that, but I would find a way to get taken out, and I would have a will, because this is what gets me. As I'm jumping ahead of myself. This is what gets me is that this is an icon right here. This is a movie. This is an icon for everything. And he has no one to protect him, no one to give him any type of insight or like help him out, or like the only one, that tried to give him a hand was Kevin Smith. That's it. Kevin Smith.
Who?
Kevin Smith. The comic book guy.
Yeah, I know who he is. And what,
I mean,
he
you have all
didn't
these
want
actors,
his
you have
help?
all these actors, you have all these producers, directors, everybody, even Disney that have made money off of his brand. Nobody can stop.
Right.
Nobody can intervene. Like, come on, man. This is an old man. Let him live his years out. Let him live his twilight years out, but like with grace and dignity. Like, what the fuck, man? This is horrible.
Yeah, but it can't be that way. It's never going to be that way. As long as somebody has something to gain from him, it's never going to be that way.
That's
The
hard.
people that live out their twilight late years in peace are the people that are broke and have nothing to offer anybody else. That's when everybody wants to come and be like, oh, well, let them be. Let's just put them somewhere because they have nothing to offer. But they're left alone.
Crazy. It's sad.
They're
It's
left
really
alone.
sad.
Yeah, it really is.
It's really sad. It's really sad. It's like, you know, and then like, you know, let's not get into his daughter. Because like nobody, everywhere I look, no one has anything nice to say about his 68-year-old daughter, because he pretty much like spoiled her. He pretty much spoiled her to like being like this entitled princess. She goes in there, she would harass him for money, screaming to holler at him, threatening to do stuff to him. He's shoveling money into an empty hole, meaning her. I mean, it's crazy.
She's basically useless as an adult.
Absolutely.
She has no
absolutely
grown-up skills as a person. She's a grown child.
Exactly. And you would think she would kind of like, you know, step up to the plate, being that Stan Lee's wife just died last year. I think it was like in June 2017. I know in 2017 his wife died, and you would think like she would step up and be like, you know what, Dad, so on and so. No, she's right along with the rest of the scumbags there, like just picking at the corpse, man, just picking at the fucking dying.
Now, if I remember correctly, she had an issue because she wanted Stan Lee to sell her a good portion of whatever he had, and he refused to do it.
Exactly.
So that was one of her beefs too. So she's already looking extremely hungry for money. So
it's sad. It's unreal. It's sad and unreal. I wouldn't want I wouldn't want that to happen to me. And you know, a lot of times I think about myself getting older. Man, with all the stuff I done did and all the stuff I got running through my body, I ain't gonna make it to no 95. But but I mean, come on. This man has seen
45 the way you have.
Exactly. He has seen things. He's witnessed like the rise and fall of certain societies, and he's just been there. He created sci-fi in certain aspects. How could this just happen to this man?
I mean, but see, this is again, that also has to do with the judge that dropped the restraining order. You know that this person is violating this man in multiple ways. He's stealing from him. He's beating him.
Of course.
He has absolutely nothing to do with his best interest whatsoever. He is solely for self, and he sees him as a cash cow, and it's all about keeping him quiet. There's no way as a person sitting on the bench that you shouldn't have been able to see that. Why would you not, performing on behalf of the legal system, step in and say, okay, we'll find someone to help you take care of your affairs, and we will keep this person who we know for a fact has done you harm away. But no, somebody's going to pay the court costs. We probably never have to see you again. And if I do see you again, it'll just be more court costs. So you know what? Let's just drop it, because this man is old and he probably doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's probably just exaggerating that this person hurt him or stole from him, or probably doesn't even know what he had to begin with to be stolen.
Right.
And you know what? Whether that's the case or not, that does not mean that you shouldn't have done your job and protected him.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. Hi, Tina Burns. Tina Burns, she just said hello in the chat section. Yeah, but see, and you know, here's the thing. I'm going to read this one last article right here. It says, Linda Sanchez, Lee's former nurse and in-home caregiver, said she witnessed verbal abuse and financial manipulation, both by Morgan as well as by Lee's 68-year-old daughter, J.C. Lee, whom the father describes as a vulnerable woman. who is an easy target for predators. Sanchez says JC screams terrible, abusive things at her father and blames him for her problems. The nurse also says that although she has not witnessed direct physical abuse, I have noted numerous bruises to the right side of Mr. Lee's body, which were unexplained. This is crazy. It's crazy. He says Mr. Lee has told me privately that he is giving up after his daily harassment and that he believes he has nothing left to live for but to go to sleep and die. Sanchez said in her testimony, as a result of everything described above, Mr. Lee falls into very dark and depressed moods because he doesn't have the strength or will to fight anymore. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. That is
awful.
Why couldn't they appoint her his guardian?
Who do you? Well, I mean, come on now. If the family's manipulating funds and money around, they're manipulating the attorneys. Everybody's eating off of this man.
Right, but you're not listening to me. As a judge presiding over the case, the attorneys don't mean shit. Why couldn't you say, this is the only person that seems to give a fuck about what happens to this man? Would you like to be his guardian for a while?
They don't care. Could you ask me? Hell, fuck it. I'll take it a step even deeper. Maybe the judge on the team. The judge is getting paid too. Look, let's look. Such and such. They slide him in the envelope. You already know what the fuck it is.
Awful.
Let's bleed this motherfucker dry. Let's get him. Ain't gonna last long anyway. Might as well ring the rag on his ass. Get it over with. Crazy. Absolutely, it's disgusting.
It's terrible.
Disgusting. I gotta move on from this story. This is making me.
Hey, I will do this. I'll give a quick shout out to my buddy Big Rob. We made a bet early in the year. We made a little death pool. He said he chose Betty White to die before the closing 2018.
Leave Betty alone.
Yeah, I know. And I chose Stan Lee to die. So we both had our picks. So it's like some money in a pot. And then when Infinity War came out, it was like, all right, if Stan Lee make it, or if he don't, I get double and nothing. Which he made it, so I didn't get it.
Right.
But I'm telling this motherfucker right now. It looks like that money's going to me soon, buddy. Because Betty White, last I saw her, she's living the best life she can. So I'm about to get that money. He about to lose that big old bet.
They sound creepy as I don't know what, and I don't know why I looked it up like that. I heard that Betty White still has an active sex life. I heard that.
Okay, listen.
Hey, you know what? I heard that the senior citizens have an active sex life. If you look it up, a lot of senior homes have STDs.
They're running rampant in the damn rest home.
They're smacking.
You know what?
They are fucking. They are fucking all over the place.
You know what? My mother, when she was at the rehab, right?
I don't.
Man, listen. No, my mother wasn't having sex, but she.
Oh boy.
She was like,
you don't know that.
Nighttime?
You don't know that.
My mother wasn't having no sex.
You don't know that. Since you want to be talking nasty, you don't know that.
She said, Danae.
She had her little friends.
Oh God. She said, Danae.
You don't want to talk about that, do you?
Nighttime, that they be doing all sorts of stuff in the wheelchair. She said, I had to tell them to stop it. I said, so you cock block it. Yeah, but man, yeah, I hope he gets the justice that he needs. I mean, like, nobody deserves this. Nobody deserves this. You know, and it's horrible to see it happen to a man as wonderful, because everybody that I have known that have spent time and met Stan Lee, they said he's a wonderful person. Many people, and I'm talking about this going back way back into the 80s and stuff like that. Everybody that has been around Stan Lee, people that have lived with him, they said Stan Lee is the type of individual, if he eat, you eat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, a lot of decisions that were made at Marvel, Stan Lee had no hand in it, because when you start running a business, everybody would like, you know, it's not Stan Lee. You got lawyers involved, you got executive CEOs, and all this other stuff. They're making the big decisions. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's just horrible. And my prayers and hearts go out to you, Stan Lee. I hope things get better. if it was anything, or if it's anything I can do, please let me know. I know that, you know, I'm a small YouTuber. Nobody will probably see this, but I mean, like, you know, it's sad. It's just sad. It's absolutely sad.
Hey, maybe someone out there can answer me this, but when they do porno parodies of like the Avengers and the Marvel movies, who does the cameo for Stan Lee in the porno flicks? Like, who plays Stan Lee?
I do.
Do they bring out Randy? I was gonna say Randy West, but all right.
Oh man, Randy West. Randy West.
Old ass dust shooting Randy West.
Oh man. So you know we're gonna move on to some movie reviews right here, and some movie and TV shows. You know what we're gonna talk about first before we get to what's the name? Before we get to Ant-Man and Wasp, Luke Cage. Has anybody seen season 1 or season 2 of Luke Cage?
I saw a bit of season 1.
Okay. All right. So what are your thoughts on season 1 of Luke Cage, Sarah?
You know what my thoughts are on season 1.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I'm unimpressed.
Okay. That's it?
I mean, I that without being completely and utterly disrespectful, that's all I can say.
Okay. No, I mean, speak how you feel, because I'm gonna lay it out on him.
I don't dislike the actor per se. I do, however, dislike his portrayal of Luke Cage. I didn't like it when I was watching Jessica Jones. I didn't like it when they introduced him as Luke Cage. I really couldn't get into the show. A lot of these Netflix, I mean, what was it? The Iron Fist or whatever?
Right.
Awful.
Garbage.
Awful.
Garbage.
Yeah, it was
awful.
It was horrible.
It was the worst shit. The only thing that they've done really, really well so far is Daredevil.
And Punisher.
Oh, wait. You're right. Punisher was good.
Punisher. You didn't watch Punisher, did you?
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Punisher.
Did you like it?
Yes, I did.
John Bernthal,
man, is good for those roles. Yes. And you knew from his role as Shane on The Walking Dead, he just didn't give a fuck.
Yo, and for some reason,
I liked him better than.
No, go ahead.
Like, I liked him better than Thomas Jane. I mean, even though the difference is the movie and the TV show. What'd you say?
I always thought Thomas Jane was Garbell as Punisher.
Garbell.
I mean, I that's the only real experience I had with it until I watched John Bernthal play him. But it was okay. It was whatever. I mean, the movie was as dark as it could be for what it was for when it was. But I didn't, it was take it or leave it type of thing. But it's like with this Luke Cage shit, it's beyond. There's so many other people that might have been able to bring something to that role, and he just doesn't.
Yeah, and a lot of people. And sorry, pardon my interruption, but again, a lot of people judge me for saying that. What's his name? Michael Jai White would have been a perfect Luke Cage, but
I agree, he would have been better.
Better fight scenes for sure.
Exactly. Because
way better fight scenes.
He's a fighter. He fights. He's a real martial artist. You know what I mean?
Right, but he's older, and they don't want that.
Yo, it's my same complaint for Iron Fist. They picked a dude who can't fight to play a guy whose specialty is fighting. They should have used dude who played Yuri Boyka in Undisputed movies.
And I agree. I totally agree with you, because Randy, the guy who played Danny Rand, I didn't like him. He was Iron Fist was absolutely horrible. His choreography, and you could tell like they were trying to give like the actors.
The only thing that was decent about Iron Fist was Elektra.
Elektra wasn't in Iron Fist, I don't think. Was she?
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in the last couple of episodes.
Oh yeah, she was. She just looked at like. Then she looked at like a bootleggy Mortal Kombat character.
Killed Sigourney Weaver.
Cheapy.
Yeah.
She came for Sigourney Weaver's and she was like, "Oh, you gonna get it, bitch."
Now,
she killed it.
Now, getting back to okay, go ahead.
Visually though, I'll say visually, one thing I can't get over is in Netflix TV shows, man. There's something that it seems like people in cosplay with a gritty filter on a camera. There's something that just seems like there needs to be a little bit more polish on certain things in terms of the way Vizzy looks.
True. I agree. But
it does give it a cheesy aspect.
As a whole, as a whole, I'm gonna be honest with you. I loved Punisher. I absolutely loved it from beginning to end. It captured the essence of the comic book. He was a real unstable, fucked up character. Honestly, Kenny, and you know I told you this before. You know John Bernthal, when he played the Punisher, he reminded me of you, right? Sorry.
I like the Ray Stevenson version myself, but yeah.
No, this one, more so when he was in Daredevil. When he showed up in Daredevil, I think it was season 2 of Daredevil, like the diner scene.
Right.
Like, he was like, when he said, just keep bringing me some more of that black coffee and shit. And she was like, you use me. He was like, yeah, now get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. For some reason, it reminded me of you. It's like, I don't know. That character, the persona, it reminded me of you, Kitty. I was like, yo, this is my boy right here. I'm telling you, my boy. Just like but
I can see that.
Season 2 of Luke Cage, absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And hear me out. It was the same reason why I love season 1, because the supporting cast and the villains is what made the show. I think that now the writers and directors and producers are seeing that what's his name, Michael Coulter or Mike Coulter, isn't really carrying that series. It's the villains and supporting cast. That's what it is. Because as Luke Cage, every time Luke Cage scene came up, I just wanted it over. I wanted to get back to what's his name? What was his name? Oh God, I wanted to get back to Bushmaster. Just like in the first season, who was it? Cottonmouth. The supporting cast, the stories surrounding Luke Cage is what made the show, not Luke Cage. Not Luke Cage at all. His acting is dry. His personality, it just feels as though he's reading his lines. It doesn't seem organic. He doesn't seem natural within his storytelling. It just seems like he's like, yeah, and I'm going to serve everybody and save everyone. And then he'll go, I was like, so corny. So fucking corny. I'm telling you, like, it was one part in season 2 where he was getting electrocuted or something like that. And the acting was just so horrible. He was up there going like this. He was like, ah. I was like, come on, man. Like, to myself, I'm looking at the screen like, really? Like, that's the best you could do? But the dude who played Bushmaster, oh my God, that dude, man, he nailed it. You got to watch season 2 of Luke Cage, Kenny, and let me know what you think. I absolutely loved it. I loved it.
Okay. Well, Kenny, I hope you watch it, because I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not watching that shit.
The last one I tried was Defenders, and it was disgusting.
Oh no,
the whole premise was just stupid to me.
Defender was horrible. It was a waste of fucking film. It was a waste of fucking film. They could have fed a fucking starving child in Africa or some shit with the money they spent on that fucking series. It was horrible. I don't like the guy playing Iron Fist. Jessica Jones, to me, for some reason, it didn't resonate with me. And a lot of people were telling me, like, oh, Danae, you should check out Jessica Jones. I love Daredevil. I love Punisher. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't like Jessica Jones. It just felt like every time I look, it looked like he was having sex. And I felt this so. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind sex within my shows or anything like that. But I want a film that's like action or something like that. I don't want to just watch like these characters having sex with each other constantly. I want to see some fighting. I want to see. It was long. It was boring. I mean, it didn't keep my attention. And no, I'm not saying that I can't pay attention to, like, you know, a slow burn, but I mean, it's a superhero film. It's supposed to have some type of like interest, like action with dialogue or whatever the case may be. And it was just like, I don't know. There were points I fell asleep on it.
You know what the thing about that to me is, I think the character, how they do it, she comes off as a goddamn tryhard. Like, all right, I get it. You're drunk, you're this and you're that, but you're like showing it off too much. It's too damn, you know, it's putting too much in a sandwich. Just Jesus. Right. Turn it down a few steps back and balance the shit out a little bit better, so it's not so in your face and obvious about certain aspects of the character. It seems so forced. It's just inauthentic the way that it comes off.
Right. Exactly. Doesn't seem organic or whatever. Just like with Mike Coulter. Like, it just seems as though he's like, he'll be like, and I'm going to make sure that we handle all of this myself.
But a lot of that is about them wanting to make the money, but them not wanting to spend the money to get decent people to play these.
No, that's not true, because they are finding good actors. The supporting cast, just as well as they picked out good people for the supporting cast, they picked out good people as the lead character. It shouldn't,
right, but they're not spending as much for those supporting cast members as they are for the lead.
Perfect example.
Where's the effort for the main guy?
Exactly. Like, perfect example. I mean, you look at the Punisher and Daredevil. You watched it for the Punisher and Daredevil. You loved it. Me myself, I couldn't.
Yeah, because they were good. They were good. They found. I don't remember the guy's name that plays Murdoch. I don't remember his name, but he's not a shit actor.
Right.
He plays the hell out of that role. First of all, anybody that came after Ben Affleck was going to make that shit look like 100%. I don't care who it was. Anybody that came after Ben Affleck was going to make that shit look like 100%. Especially if they didn't have to do it in a movie, especially if they were able to do it in 22-minute inserts or whatever the case may be.
Right.
That's number one. But that guy has stage and screen and literary background.
Cool.
He's not a shit actor. The guy that plays Murdoch, the guy that plays Daredevil.
Oh yeah. He's very good.
Now,
and
what's his name? Coulter.
Yeah,
Coulter. Yeah, he has stage experience. And I don't care what anybody says. It's a totally different thing to act in plays than it is to be good in front of a camera.
I agree. You
don't have to have that fluidity when you're on stage because you expect it to be flawed.
Right.
That's what makes the show, all these people coming together and adding their bits and pieces and their little bits of melodrama.
Right. So
he doesn't have what?
No, because check it out. During this, like everybody, the show that did it solidified what I was saying. Simone Missick, the one that plays Misty Knight. You know, Misty Knight is one of my favorite characters, even within the comic book. You know, she did an excellent job portraying Misty Knight. She has the same persona. She doesn't seem like she's forcing her lines. It seems natural. It really seems like they're talking to people. Everyone else to me, I feel as though like they did their roles perfectly fine. You know, Rosario Dawson. I mean, like she did a decent job. Mustafa Shakur.
Yeah, but she's also not a hack.
Mustafa Shakur, and he just came on the scene. The one who played Bushmaster. His acting was organic. You felt it felt like you were really there talking to this man. He'd be like, "Your rods cut boom booklet boy." You're like, yeah, I mean, like it was good. He did it good. Everybody did their roles well. I mean, like even people that weren't like mainstays within the series, main characters within the series, like the one who plays Sugar. It was good. I enjoyed him. Everybody did their roles well, except for what's his name? Mike Coulter. And old as what's her name? Alfred
Woodard.
Yeah, Alfred Woodard. As drunk and as awkward as moving as she was, she played her villain role well. She was a hardcore villain. And I mean, it worked. Especially like season 2, episode 9. That shit hit home, man. Because they actually did like how can I say, like they did some commentary and dialogue between each other, and it was between her and her daughter. I'm not going to kill it for you, but it was between her and her daughter that kind of like hit home when it came to the black community. I'm gonna be honest with you, and you got to watch it to see. Whoever wrote season 2 did an excellent job. I totally enjoyed it. They just need to find a new person to be Luke Cage, but because if they continue,
they're not going to change him now.
No, they can't. But I mean, like
I think they can. They can always change him, man. Look how they used to do sitcoms back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, just swap them out mid-season.
Yeah, but
they need to get rid of Iron Fist too.
And you know the thing about it is, I understand Mike Coulter is what the women like. I get it.
Is he though? Is he though?
I don't know, but I'm just saying,
Is
like,
he though?
I mean, you know, but he had, you know, he's kind of like what they're looking for. Believe me when I tell you.
All right. He's
But
not exciting.
Yeah, he needs to work on his acting. His acting is absolutely horrible. His acting is horrible. He needs to
But
work
that's
on
the thing. I don't think it's his acting per se. I think it's just that role was not for him. I mean, I don't remember what it was, but I've seen other things that he was in where he didn't bother me at all. I'm not going to say he was fantastic, but I wasn't offended by the performance as I am with Luke Cage.
Like, honestly, I don't see why Marvel hasn't used Michael Jai White for any of these black character roles. Like, I think he would have made a perfect Black Panther. I think he would have made a perfect Luke Cage. You know what I mean?
Way better War Machine would have been a great War Machine.
Exactly. Then you can use Terry Crews too. Even with the stuff that's going on with him, there's no way to. These guys have the physical acumen that these heroes are supposed to have. They have the fighting style. They have the moves. They have the persona. Like, come on. You know what I mean? I don't know.
They could have used Rampage. He did what?
Right,
A-Team.
right,
He was fine in A-Team.
Right.
Quentin Jackson would have been decent.
Exactly. Absolutely. I totally agree.
Because you know, there's a level of you know, you have to suspend certain levels of disbelief and whatnot, and
Right.
you can't do it when you have people like Iron Fist, who looks like you picked him up, thrown out trash at the Starbucks. That guy's not gonna be a fighter. And then when you see him in motion, it's just disgusting. It's gross.
The guy, what's the guy's name again? Sarah, that plays Daredevil. What's his name again?
Which I don't know.
Well, anyway,
I don't know.
You can tell he knows how to fight, or he can fight. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like they're like really like forcing him to like.
Yeah, no, he had some type of training.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. He's a martial artist or a gymnast or something like that. He has to be, because
right.
You know, but when it comes to this fucking what's his name, Iron Fist,
he took Tai Chi at the park with the old folks.
He looks like a 5-year-old, like doing martial arts or trying to mimic his father that knows martial arts or something like that.
Remember the 90s when David Carradine came back and he did like another Kung Fu series, but he was an old man and he was moving all kinds of extra slowly? Same thing. He's doing the old man Kung Fu.
Exactly.
The slow in the park Kung Fu.
Exactly. I thought it was just me. People were like, "Oh, you're just." I was like, "Bro, be a martial arts film. Let it be a martial arts film. I don't want this junk to look like. I don't want it to look like garbage. You know what I'm saying?"
His name is Charlie Cox.
Yeah, Charlie Cox. That's right. Yep. I thought it was great. I thought season 2 of Luke Cage was absolutely great, but not for Luke Cage. For supporting artists, for supporting actors, and the
everybody but.
Yeah, everybody but Luke Cage. Everybody but Luke Cage made it good. Anybody see The Incredibles? The new Incredibles 2?
You did.
Yeah.
Nah. All I saw was a bunch of memes about whipping out your penis for some reason, because one of the characters had a big old butt, I guess. It's all I saw about them.
It's missing.
Really? Hey, I saw a screenshot. I guess she comes down to her panties at one point. Did she come down to her panties? No? Cause that's what the meme said. The meme says, "Damn, I didn't know I could not be in the theater with my pants down for The Incredibles." And it had like a picture of her with her pants down.
Yeah. You know what the problem was with the new Incredibles, if you ask me?
Huh.
It wasn't as, when you think of Incredibles, right? When I remember the first time I saw Incredibles, I was blown away. Because for one, it was a good superhero movie, and each character had its own development, and it was just fantastic. Whereas
I hate to interrupt you, but I have to step away for a second.
Okay, do your thing.
I will be right back. Here, let him keep you company.
No, just put it on. Just put the camera off. Turn the camera off. There you go.
Alrighty.
All right, so getting back to Incredibles 2. I don't like.
You know what? Speaking of Incredibles, I always figured that would have been a good direction if Marvel wanted to buy Fantastic Four and turn it into kind of a kid-friendly thing. That would have been almost a template to reintroduce Fantastic Four and rebuild the brand or some shit. I kind of figured that much.
Right.
Because it looked like almost a parody of that whole era of comics, the way they pitched the Incredibles and whatnot.
Which is what made me love it. What made me love it, because that came out before. Wasn't that before? No, that was after the Fantastic Four. Wasn't it the original one? The first original.
Awful. Yeah, with Vic Mackey is a thing.
Yeah.
Awful movie. Yeah, I went to the theaters for that freaking lousy movie, man. The first Fantastic Four. I felt so robbed.
Yeah. The problem I had with the New Incredibles is that I don't mind showing that women are strong. I don't mind that. But don't make a man look stupid, or the main protagonist of the original Incredibles seem like he's a fucking boob or idiot because he's male. Throughout this whole film, it was so many, how can I say, political, social agendas being pushed in your face to where you could not enjoy the film. Girl power, girl power, girl power. I get it. I don't mind it. But don't make that the source of a fucking film, especially not The Incredibles. What made The Incredibles to me was that the whole family was involved, especially like in the first Incredibles, when the whole family kicked up and was whooping ass. You know what I mean? To fight the villain and everything like that. That's what made you love it. Whereas on this one, I essentially got the idea that every man is stupid. We can't do things without the woman around. We can't babysit children. We can't do this. We can't do that. And
wow,
when we are left to do something, we do nothing but tear shit up. And I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it. There were blatant messages being pushed in my face to where as though like it's the same as though it's similar to where as if I was a gay male and I'm watching a film about bashing gays. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, bro. Like, wow, I am such and such and such and such. What the hell? It's just horrible. It was horrible.
So is the villain in this a male? I'm gonna assume the villain's a male.
No, wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't. So the villain's a female.
Yeah.
So are all the strong-ish leads like female? Well, pretty much her male would be the weak lead.
Whatever you think is being pushed, whatever you know that's being pushed with the current agenda, so on and so forth. That's what was in this movie.
Jesus.
That's what was in this movie.
That's fucking a shame.
Exactly. Totally destroyed what I loved about it.
Well, it's kind of ironic though, because if it is a parody of comic books, that's the way comics are going these days. Just as sad as it is.
Oh yeah. So give me an example.
Well, look at anything Marvel does. They're saturated with anything you can do that has to do with emasculating characters. I think most of the male characters have become background characters in these comic books now.
Right.
Last time I saw Spider-Man, he had a shirt that said male feminist, or this is what a feminist, some kind of propaganda shirt on, like Spider-Man. Like, I think he had his costume on with that shit on. I didn't know the context of the story, but it was part of the actual thing. I was watching another YouTube channel where this dude complains about this type of shit too, because I guess this has become a whole new trend with Marvel where they flip things upside down, and you have male characters in there with certain strengths, but your female's gonna be a little bit more stronger. And from what I heard, I actually found out how they turned Iceman gay, because I know Iceman's gay now, but the way they did it, they had Jean Grey Straight tell him he was gay, and he believed it. So you can't tell me there's nothing sinister there. That sounds like she manipulated him into being gay, and it's okay. Like,
see, this is the thing. If you're going to make characters or make transgender characters, so on and so forth, don't take it that too. You don't have to. You don't have to do it.
Don't take the pre-existing ones.
You like what they did in the 90s and create more characters. That's all you got to do. Like in the 90s, there was an influx of new characters that they were pushing out. That's all you had to do. That's all Marvel did. They pushed out a bunch of new characters, whether they worked or not. If they worked, they killed them. If they didn't work, they killed them off. Whatever the case may be, boom, bang, boom. You don't have to.
Do you remember?
You don't have to take existing characters and turn them into what's fitting in with today's trend. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, at one point they had multiple teams of different teams, so just to fit more characters in there, that's how they do it. And then they'd eventually weed them all out, and then you have your mainline team, and that be it, because they got to weed out from the rest, and you know the rest proving unpopular.
Exactly.
Instead, you don't even have competition amongst to make brand new greater characters. You just have the same old, just being reconfigured and retooled to fit whatever standard of society is at that time. That's kind of a shame, and that's almost treating your audience like they're stupid.
Right.
Like
exactly.
they're not smart enough to accept anything new, so let's just shoehorn this old shit into becoming new again.
Yeah, I mean, it's unnecessary. You don't have to. You don't have to do it. It's unnecessary. I heard something popping outside, and yeah, they still popping off fireworks. You know, I thought it was the good. I was like, oh man. But yeah, you don't have to do it, man. It's unnecessary, and I was very surprised. At
Yo, yeah, I just gotta say that's some pretty whacked out, fucked up shit. If you think about how Jean Grey went into Iceman's mind and said, "Nah, you're not straight. You've been gay all your life with her psychic powers, and her psychic game is that cold. She straight turned him right there. That's evil as hell.
it's just messed up, and I didn't.
It's evil.
I expected so much more from Brad Bird. I really did. I expected so much more from Brad Bird because I mean,
Dark Phoenix right there, boy. Jeez.
Yeah, like because
malicious move.
With the first Incredibles, it knocked me out of the box. I couldn't wait for the new Incredibles to take place. I couldn't wait for it. We waited years for Incredibles 2. And look, I mean, think about it. Have you heard anybody like giving rave reviews about Incredibles 2? Think about it.
I've heard complaints, pretty much.
Exactly. You know, everything can't fit into current world trends or whatever the case may be. It doesn't work. Everything is not going to fit in with everything else. What I find that works when it comes to storytelling is simple storytelling. Exactly. Fierce Play said in the comments, don't change the origin of the characters, create new ones. Exactly. That's all you have to do. You can make a whole league if you want to. You can make a whole league of gay and lesbian or trans characters and then, like, you know, filter them in with the other ones, so on and so forth. Like they used to do in the 90s and in the 80s. They would put characters out there, see how they resonated.
Yo, everything all right over there? Yo, I'm getting dead air. Can anyone hear me? Jeez. Hey, can anybody hear me? I guess we cut out. All right, I hear something in the background also, so I guess I'm on. And on my screen, it looks like Danae is talking, so I guess your mic is on, but not on at the same time. Danae, can you please unmute your mic if you did mute it? I'll be right back. I'm going to talk to me in chat. Is your shit muted? Ooh, now my TV's going there. All right, since I guess I'm the only one here. Anyone have a question? I guess I'll field questions since no one's here but me.
Gentlemen?
Yeah, I think Danae's mic or phone cut out because he just dipped and he's been gone for like 5.
Oh, I apologize for my
All
absence. I had
good.
to go check on
Fireworks popping
some
off in the
things.
background. I've been
Yeah,
asking
man.
questions. Anyone have any questions? Because
Oh, I can't even
nope.
see any questions, so I can't even see where do I have to like be on YouTube or something to see
Yeah,
questions, right?
gotta be on YouTube on
Okay.
the chat thing.
I'm not
Oh, there
interested
you go,
right
right there. He's gonna start another one. All right, I guess we're gonna
now.
can this one, so it's
Okay.
not gonna be
So
live. Alrighty then.
cool.
I guess we're gonna see you guys real soon. So hey, Danae, you want to end this because I don't have control over your thing.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, nice talking to you, everybody. We'll be back real soon. You want to cut this off,
Real
Danae?
soon. Is he like he's messaging you, but he can't get
I'm talking to him on Facebook.
okay.
I guess he's gonna start a new one like in a
All
second. He
right.
just needs to end this one because I'm still live for some reason.
Yeah, I see that it's still live. I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna just I'm you can hear me, but if you can, I'm just gonna click off and see if that takes me away. Except that it won't give me the option to do so anymore.
I can't click off on mine.
I can hang up, but it won't. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, but I guess I'm gonna give it a shot. I will either talk to you soon or I guess I won't.